This is why I'm not trading Forex right now, to manage my ego. Guys, if you don't do the same, you will seriously harm your trading journey and your progress. Please listen on to this. Let's get it. Hey guys, how are we? I hope we're all lit. Yes. You know what? I haven't actually traded properly since Dubai. Like that week, you know, when we flew out to Dubai, we literally lived it up. Because I had an amazing trading week, right? A really amazing one. The month in general, actually. But that week alone, I sort of made £15,000, just over that. So around $19,000. So it's quite chunky. So it was a really good one. And I purposely, I've traded a couple of times, but really, really low risk. A lot lower than what I usually risk. Reason being is, man, I needed that psychological reset. You know, it's about, you know, not getting overconfident, keeping my ego in check, because if I carried on trading, I'd be like, oh, I feel invincible here. I've just had a great week. Let me carry on and give back the market my gains. No, I am too stubborn and I am risk averse, okay? I'm too stubborn and risk averse to then go and give my gains back to the market, hence why I've generally been out of the game pretty much these last fair few weeks. Obviously, we're still providing a lot of value to the members, man. So all these setups, like, great, you know, those guys enjoying them. I get more satisfaction out of that anyway, as long as the members are making those pips. That's all blessed for me. But for me, all this time, I've just been using it because, man, it's September. It is September now. This is crazy. We're literally heading to the final quarter of 2020. So over these last few weeks, I'm just using it as preparation time, planning, because we're going to have an amazing, absolutely amazing end to this year. It has to be strong. I've said that to Dan. This has to be strong end to the year, and it will be. So it's been allowing me to cook up some things to provide more value to you guys as well, but also plan for myself. Got something special for you, giving you an insight in today, actually. Purpose of today's vlog, we're going to go and meet a broker that we're going to be working with. They're going to be sponsoring some value that's coming over to your way, and stay tuned. I'll give you some more insight into that so that we can all collectively win and have a strong end to Q4. Throughout this as well, I'll give you some insight into managing ego as well. Let's get it. So guys, just carrying on a point about trading ego, right? Why I'm not trading for this period, to help manage that. Now, look, ego is a great thing, okay? Because ego was what made you become a trader. Ego is what's bringing you success at the moment, and more to come, right? But it's just about managing that and not allowing it to, you know, for you to feel invincible, because you're not, especially when it comes to trading, man. This market's much bigger than us, much bigger than our ego. However successful we are today, we can quickly be humbled. So that's why, you know, I needed this break just to manage that. Anyway, guys, we're going to go and meet the brokers that are going to be sponsoring, as I say, the value that I'm going to push out to you for this final quarter of 2020 for us to crush it. So let's go and meet the guys. Good to sit down, you buddy.
Likewise, good to see you, Ken.
I thought it'd be worth obviously recapping like how we met. You know, it's probably like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In Cyprus.
Yeah.
At an event, IFX Expo.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I think that day I was getting absolutely hounded, hounded by brokers. I was like, oh, what next? But then we sort of stumbled each other quite organically, just having a beer in the garden area, which was quite cool.
Yeah.
And at that stage, were you actually in the process of putting together Zenfinex at that point?
Yeah, so it was a couple of years ago, and definitely we were in the process of getting everything set up. You know, in terms of launching the business, I'd launched at that point, so we were onboarding business. Things were going quite well. As we kind of moved along, and you know, the business started to grow, I got into conversations with some investors, some private equity investors, which really turned my head, because as we know in this business, you need capital in the business to be able to grow and execute a global plan. So you know, that deal, fortunately, it went ahead, and that we went through the FCA process for the investors to come on board, which is sometimes you know, quite a lengthy process as well. But that's really accelerated the business the last year, so it's a lot has happened in 2 years.
Because you're expanding like globally right now, aren't you?
So there's a lot going on. It's pretty busy. Here in London, we've got 7, which is only in the last couple of months. So we've and especially during the current time, it's been quite challenging hiring. But luckily, I've been in the business for quite a long time and knew quite a lot of the staff already. So I've not really had to do the normal interview process.
That's nice.
Especially in this time, in the environment that we're in with the current pandemic. Exactly. It has made it more challenging, but having the network in the industry has made it a little bit easier in that regard. So we've got 7 here in London, but we are expanding. We've had loads going on. We hope to have 5 offices by the end of the year, which
what sort of locations?
So we've started to hire overseas. So we've got a team of 5 in Asia, which is just a start. We plan on building that team out in Asia. We're looking at a few different areas there, in terms of expanding. We're looking at Southeast Asia. Our main hub will likely be in Malaysia. So yeah, that's a huge area of the market that we're going after. Another important area for us will be Middle East, which we're looking to get regulated in Dubai.
All right, look, I've obviously come across a lot of brokers in the industry. There's a lot of sharks out there. People like to really take advantage of their clients. Zenfinex, like, what are your values, and how are you different to these sharks out there in this toxic industry, because it can be toxic?
Yeah, I mean, it is a vast industry, and you do have to be careful who you work with in terms of how they operate their business plan and execute their business plan. I think the people that we brought into the business have a lot of industry experience. We're on the same page of how we want to grow this company. We want to be a fair and transparent broker. A lot of brokers out there do say that, but in terms of our licensing in the UK with the FCA, we're a match principal broker, meaning that all our trades go out to market. We work with being in London. It helps having those institutional relationships for our pricing and our price providers, that we feel as though the liquidity and execution, even though we are pretty much a new broker, we can take those relationships in terms of the liquidity, and we can be up there in terms of product and execution.
So obviously you said you want to really help out these retail traders, and there's a lot of people that are coming in with this young enthusiasm that don't have really a clue about pricing, all of this, what's going on behind the scenes, and how are you guys gonna help make that more sort of understandable for the retail traders?
Yeah. I think it's always a challenge, because the market can feel quite overwhelming in terms of the FX market. But at the moment, there's plenty of opportunities. There's a lot of volatility with the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
With the elections coming up in the US and Brexit, and there's plenty of things happening. I think, in terms of helping them out, we're looking at a few things. I mean, number one is partnering with guys like yourself. I think, in terms of us being able to, our traders to access your material is quite important. I think what you do is break down information really easy and simplify it for retail traders. So the partnerships in terms of the education side, the likes of yourself, is really important to break that down and make it simpler and make it more understandable for retail traders. I think secondly, in terms of products that we're looking at, we offer MetaTrader, which is the industry standard, but we're also exploring other product options. So we brought out a mobile app which connects traders to professional traders. It's more of a
social trading.
Like a social trading. They can follow, chat, copy other traders. So it's an extra dimension. If they're trading themselves, they can also have access to a pool of traders who may be able to help them in the market as well.
Nice.
So I think all the product line and the education and trying to get people engaged in the market, that's what we're trying to do, and try to simplify it as best possible, really.
Nice. Yeah, so why me, Lee?
Well, in a world where, there are FX guys out there, there are websites where you can see scam brokers, scam providers, the guys that you just don't want to deal with. To see someone so refreshing and actually approaching the market with a bit of personality and a genuine honesty and want to help people was perfect for us. I've worked at previous brokers where we've tried to build that image where we are the guys that want to help you, but nobody backs it up. With Nick, it's always been a case that we want to go out there, meet people that are like-minded, that want to help the broker. In fact, bring back the old school brokerage, where you can put a face to the name, you can come and meet us.
True.
And the way you build up rapport with your clients, guys that follow you, was just perfect for us. So I think you were the first person in all actuality that we actually wanted to hit straight away. And it was a pleasure that you actually came back to us. So I think it's going to be huge. And from I mean, the moment you walked in the room, you could see how much of an impact you had on us. Nice. Like it was almost like a celebrity walking in. Honestly, I kid you not. We were just in a little bit of awe because we built this up so much that we wanted to work with you.
No, definitely.
And when the guys saw you walk in, it was like, this is actually happening. We actually have someone that we believe in and actually believes in what Forex can be rather than this scam.
You know, Nick came across really sincere to me. Obviously, I've still been speaking to him in that time before we're sort of setting up this partnership now, and I get that good feel for him. You know, that, you know, there's brokers out there about churn and burn the clients as much as possible, but I definitely, that Nick is far from that, and I can see you guys, the team that he's bringing in there, are far from that. So, oh my God, I'm about to die here. Yeah, so apart from almost getting stung there, dying, yeah, no, I really appreciate this partnership because you guys are actually going to be sponsoring the value that I'm going to be pushing out to the community. We're going to create a nice sort of Ken and Zen community, and it's going to be loads of value going out to people. So that's what it's always about, just sharing good stuff to, you know, to help people out.
Yeah, so we're super excited to partner with Ken. I think we really find a good match with him. He represents our values. Obviously he's good at what he does, and he puts a bit of fun to the technical analysis and all that stuff that could be seen as boring. So we really can't wait to see everything live and followed by as many as people as possible, and yeah, so we are very happy to partner with Ken.
All right, baby, we just had good meetings in Mayfair. Now we're treating ourselves, Dan and I, to a nice little, that's the food dance, a nice little naughty burger and lobster. Yes, this is lit, baby. So now I'm just gonna enjoy and tuck in.
12 seconds later.
That was a well-deserved lunch, and it's definitely been demolished. Oh, it was lit.
Hey, baby! So we just had an amazing lunch in Burger and Lobster. Beautiful, which was well earned. As you can see, I absolutely devoured that. But yeah, we had really good meetings over in Mayfair with the partner we're going to be working with, Zenfinex. As you would have seen there, meeting Nick and the rest of the team. Really good guys. Really good guys. And, you know, so thanks to them, really. They're going to be sponsoring the value that we're bringing to the community, if you want to be part of that, so that we can have a really strong end to the could get my words out there, to 2020. It's literally, that's what the year's been like, and now it's over. So it's been a weird one, but we want to finish really strongly. Okay, just listen to this incoming clip. Obviously we've spoken about it throughout this video as well, about ego, because ego can be a nasty thing when it comes to trading. So have a listen, manage that. I'm not telling you can't have it, but just manage it, stay lit.
Hey guys, just in the beautiful Hyde Park. This is such a gem of London, this park. Stunning, so huge. So huge, just like sometimes your ego can be, right? When you're on that winning streak. I wanted to speak further about this actually. Obviously I touched upon it in that last clip. Why I'm taking this break as well, and why you should, because winning streaks can be just as devastating, yeah? If you allow them to get out of hand, just as devastating as the losing streaks, because obviously the losing streaks, you can feel like an emotional wreck. You feel so vulnerable, and it leads you to doing sillier things. Now, the winning streak, man, this is where ego can start expanding hugely, and you think that you're bigger than the market. Well, you're not. You're not. With that winning streak, I think it's really key that you quickly check yourself. Take that break before you start getting overconfident, start placing bigger trades. You know, you've all been there. I've been there, right? I've been there. Even with experience today, I'm like, do you know what? I've got so many confidence here. I'm on a good winning run. Why don't I just try and risk a little bit more? No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. And that's where greed comes into play as well. Greed. Giving back your gains. Man, the market's going nowhere. Be happy with what you've gained there. If you're on a winning streak, take a little break and then repeat, okay?
Hey guys, I know it's brief, but I hope that was informative. Just how important keeping your ego and managing that, keeping that in check so it's not harming your trading progress, right? It's, as I say, it can be a real killer. And in regarding the broker that we're going to be working with, Zenfinex, our partner, so as I said, they're going to be sponsoring. It's big thanks to them. We're going to be bringing a lot of value to. So if you do want to get involved in that community, please check the link in the description of this video. Declare your interest. It is free. We are going to be for weeks covering webinars on a market basis, you know, live trading, educational, much more, and there will be an exclusive group chat community where you can engage with me, obviously for people that are trading via Zenfinex as well. So a lot of value to come there. Let's have a strong finish to 2020. Stay lit, baby. Don't forget to subscribe and smash up that like button. Stay lit. Let's get it.